Welcome to video 3 of the FSSP course registration video series. In this video, we will talk about the FSSP course preference form, as well as do a walkthrough tutorial of how to fill out this form.
I will now show you how to access your FSSP course preference form, as well as how to fill it out. You can access the preference form on our website linked here, or in your FSSP welcome email. The first page of your FSSP course preference form looks like this. This form is unique to you, and you will only be able to submit it once, so follow the instructions carefully and take your time. You'll need to complete the first acknowledgement, meaning that you recognize INT 95A is a mandatory 2-unit course that you will be registered in. In addition to the lecture, you will be enrolled in a discussion section. You'll be enrolled in a discussion section based on availability and based on what best suits your final course schedule. Please click the acknowledgement button and click Next. This is the second page that then opens up. Using the FSSP course offerings, which is discussed in detail in videos 1 and 2, you will need to submit 6 course preferences. You most likely won't be enrolled in all 6 of your preferences, but we need 6 preferences because classes fill up and there may be other factors preventing you from being enrolled in your top preferences. When creating your FSSP schedule, advisors will consider the number of units you would like to take, anywhere within that 7 to 13 unit range. You'll be able to indicate your preference on the next screen. We'll take into consideration the ranking of your preferences, with preference number 1 being your top preference. Then, we'll consider course availability, scheduling conflicts, and appropriateness of schedule. Advisors will also adhere to the following policies. You can enroll in a maximum of 1 writing or 1 math course. Students can enroll in a maximum of 1 online course, and students can enroll in a maximum of 2 first-year discovery seminars. As you are navigating the FSSP course offerings and choosing your top 6 preferences, here are some things that I recommend. Looking at the FSSP course advising resources, some things I want to point out are first, the credit charts, as well as the degree requirements for each of the colleges. This is the general education requirements for the Bachelor's of Science degree program. I'm going to pretend as if I'm a biology major and look over these GE requirements. I notice that Area C is Science, Math, and Technology. As a biology major, I'm going to be taking a lot of science and math classes. Since I already have to do a lot of science as part of my major, I know that my major classes are already going to take care of that. So I want to focus on Area D, E, F, and G. If you're a Bachelor's of Arts degree candidate, here are the GE requirements for this degree program. I know that's maybe if I'm a history major, I'm going to be taking a lot of science, social science classes, maybe even some arts and literature classes. So maybe I need to prioritize Area C when I'm looking through the FSSP course offerings. Looking at the AP equivalency chart, it's important to note that if you earned a 3 or higher, you may have a GE requirement course credit. For example, macroeconomics, microeconomics will fulfill one Area D course. Also, AP psychology will fulfill an Area D. And again, this is linked on the FSSP advising resources page. Now going back to the FSSP course offering page, I'm again going to pretend that I'm a biology major. I want to stay away from Area C because I know that my major classes will take care of that area, and I'm going to filter for other classes within different GE areas. For example, I'm going to look through Area E. Personally am not a morning person, so I'm going to look for classes that start anywhere from 10 a.m. to a little bit before noon. And then I really value classes that have a discussion section. That's something of interest to me. Now that I've set these filters, I'm going to click the apply button and a list of courses that fulfills my desired filters will appear. I may want to rank a couple of these on my course preference form and repeat this process again with different filters to diversify my selections as I fill out my form. This is one example of how you can use the advising resources and the course offerings to find different courses. Here is my course preference form. I am now going to select courses and add them as my preferences. You'll do so by clicking Department and then looking through the different departments. I want to take a Film and Media Studies course. And then you'll navigate to the course section and click your desired course and then click Add. I have now added 6 course preferences to my course preference form. Now that I've loaded 6, I'm going to click I'm done selecting courses. This next page will open up. On this page, you'll be able to select how many units you would like to take. I'm going to select 12. And then you also have the option to reorder your preferences. You can do so by clicking on the preference and then moving it up. When selecting your desired amount of units, I suggest looking at the number of units of your top preferences. So I see that FAM Studies 46 and Italian 20X, those two together add up to 9 units. And then I'm also needing to take INT 95A, which is 2 units. I noticed that my top preferences actually add up to 11 units. So I'm going to change my desired amount of units to 11. Now that I've selected my number of units and ordered my preferences accordingly, I'm going to click the Next button. This is the final screen that you will see, confirming that you have successfully submitted your FSSP course preferences. Advising staff will contact you once your schedule has been solidified or if any additional preferences are needed. You should monitor your UCSB email address. Also, to your UCSB email address, you will receive a confirmation that this form has successfully been submitted with an outline of your preferences as well as how you rank them. We really appreciate your feedback on the course registration process and would appreciate if you could take the short survey that is linked on the screen. Once you have received your finalized schedule, you may want to request an adjustment. You can do so with the schedule change request form. To access this form, please email fssp@summer.ucsb.edu and we will send you the link to the online form. The form can only be submitted once, and the Student Services team will review these requests as space allows starting in July. If we are unable to accommodate your request prior to the start of the program, you will be able to adjust your own schedule Friday before the start of classes, which is move-in day. Here are some final reminders. Review the FSSP course offerings and advising resources. Submit your online course preference form as soon as possible. Send your official exam scores from the testing agency to UCSB. Check your UCSB email address for updates from the Student Services team. Sign up for freshman orientation. And lastly, ask for help if any is needed. This concludes the third video in the FSSP course registration advising video series. If you have any questions, reach out to us via email, fssp@summer.ucsb.edu, or check out our website, summer.ucsb.edu/FSSP. Continue on to video 4 for some information on campus resources.